Practical accounting, the better way to learn.
Well, this module is on capital budgeting. And what's the real importance of capital budgeting? We hear about it all the time. So what's the most important part about capital budgeting in this module, Professor?
Oh, that's a great question, John. Well, the thing is that capital budgeting, which we're calling capital investment analysis, really pretty much the same, is the big picture here is I have a bunch of big projects that we could do. We've come up with them in our strategic plan, but are they going to be worth the significant amount of investment? And are they going to give us an adequate return over the project life? And that's usually at least 3 up to 7 years. So how do you evaluate? And that's why time value of money is so important, because it takes into consideration that you'd rather have cash now than cash later. So, yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is have Professor Hiller go deeper into the capital budgeting module and take it away.
This is capital investment analysis, also known as capital budgeting in some courses, but capital investment analysis is really a broader term. Let's take a brief look inside of this important chapter. Capital investment analysis is really a framework within a planning process. You're evaluating projects based on their project life, but it's also part of the control loop. The post-audit is where you compare it, actual results afterwards. In this module, we'll be doing we have a brief overview, which talks about what it is, and the time value of money. There's an awful lot of conversation about the time value of money because it's important to this analysis. And then we'll be evaluating payback, net present value, internal rate of return, accounting rate of return, and capital rationing. And for each of them, this is payback. There we'll be working through an example with the solution to the right. Then there's a practice for you to work on that. We'll be talking about how we forecast cash flow with a very simplified model about cash inflows and outflows that's consistent with what we've been talking about all along with practical accounting, its sources and uses of funds. A key one here is how we work how the present value formula is here. This is a good foundation that if you get it here, it'll help you a lot when you hit finance. And this is an interactive format that comes along with it. So if you change the future value, the N or the present value, I'll just do it real quick. We change the present value or the I or the N, it interactively changes. And so you can see the results right away. And also, and then we'll go, this is the formula. There are also Excel functions out here, but here we go. We have present value tables with 3 or 5 digits. We demystify them and tell you exactly how these are built using the present value formula. And really, this is old school, but we're going to let you know how it really works. Then here's the key one. Net present value and internal rate of return. This is a key video here because this shows exactly how and why with very simple numbers, and then so you can really understand what's going on here. And then finally, capital rationing and the profitability index concludes the module.
Okay, I hope you guys get a lot out of that. There's a lot of stuff to do. Remember, there are Excel files that you can use to practice some of the concepts that we learned under capital budgeting, and we hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah. And yeah, play around with those with that present value formula and all the blue cells on the interactive Excel sheet, it'll really help you understand how different things change it as we move along.
All right. See you next time.
See you next time. You can get this Excel workbook and a whole lot more
Stuff at practicalaccounting.com.
See you there.